I am so sad that we're going to try to do a show here in 30 seconds. Because this is definitely the best. Let's just keep doing this tonight and the heck with the show. How many people vote for just doing this all night?
I vote.
Yeah. There we go. Was that Timmery? I thought you couldn't talk.
I
She can now. She found her voice.
She found her voice.
She found her voice.
It's a miracle!
It was under the cushions right here at the couch.
That's good. Now you can be
Ray, are you going to do
Rose.
something? Do you have a
What?
show? Do you have a bit, a skit
Not
to do? Or...
tonight.
Who? When? Where? What are you talking about?
Timmery.
Yes, of course I have a show.
Good
We already
heck,
asked her.
but-
She said no. She said no. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
She
welcome
said no,
to
she-
another
oh.
hour of your favorite show. Because it's your show, yes. And now everybody shuts up. Like, we need a show. We need 1 hour. Can you guys just keep going and not worrying about it, okay? And by the way, for those of you just logged in, guys, if you look at that's a Rorschach test. If you can tell us what you see.
Oh, what
yes, there
test?
it is. Rorschach test, yes. There you go. It's very raw, and it's a shack. Okay? No. Rorschach. See, we need the rest of this comedy that was going on before we started doing this crap. Right? So anyhow, let's go on to the show and see what's going on. I found for us tonight, there are a bunch of things that I found, but let's try this. These were considered the funniest jokes of all time. These were what they were voted the best jokes, okay?
Okay.
Two hunters are out in the woods when one of them collapses. He doesn't seem to be breathing, and his eyes are glazed. The other guy whips out his phone, calls emergency service, and gasps, "My friend is dead. What can I do?" The operator says, "Calm down, I can help. But first, let's make sure he's dead." There's a silence. Then a gunshot is heard. Back on the phone, the guy says, "Okay, now what?" All right, second place finisher in this was Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson were going camping. They pitched their tent under the stars and went to sleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, Holmes woke Watson up and said, "Watson, look up at the sky and tell me what you see." Watson replies, "I see millions and millions of stars." Holmes said, "And what do you deduce from that?" And Watson replied, "Well, if there are millions of stars, and if even a few of them have planets, it's quite likely there are planets like Earth out there. And if there are planets like Earth out there, there must be life." And Holmes said, "Watson, idiot, I mean that somebody stole our tent." And the last one, top joke in the United Kingdom. This was #1 in the United Kingdom. A woman gets on a bus with her baby. The bus driver says, "That's the ugliest baby I've ever seen." The woman goes to the rear of the bus, sits down, fuming. She says to the man next to her, "That driver just insulted me." The man says, "You go right up there and tell him off. Go ahead. I'll hold your monkey for you." Wow, I heard a door squeak.
Somebody's running.
Someone has left the room.
That was somebody
Your
from
footsteps
Britain leaving.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I don't know what that was, right? Don't you love? How many of you write things down and then you can't read your handwriting at all? Wasn't that great? Yeah, that's spectacular. Yep. By the way, I want you guys to guess, what is the square root of the number of volts Haley has? Anybody?
You win a Nobel Prize. You get
Yes.
that.
The square root of Haley's volts is 25. How many people got that? That boy just got a brand new computer from a company called the 1,000-Piece Puzzle Computer Corp.
Still putting it together. Still putting it together.
The Lincoln Log
Around
style.
I have to sign off. There's a water pump in this thing. I have to assemble.
Someone's caught in my dance machine.
There's a water pump in this thing. I have to put that together. I'm not making that up. Stop laughing. It's not funny.
The China now has to stamp all the things they make. It may work and it may not. Yeah, so there's a new movie that just came out. I don't know how many of you heard of it. It's called The To-Do List. Has anybody heard of this movie that's just opening? Yeah, it's about a high school valedictorian who makes a list of all the sexual acts she wants to try before college.
All
Yeah.
right.
Guys, would you like to yeah, right. But that's it. It seeks the right partners to help her expedite her sex education. All right, and the semi-autobiographical comedy from writer-director Maggie Carey, okay? So what we need is the to-do list of Second Life, you know? How many of your first months in here had a to-do list, right? I'm going to do a furry. You know, it's going to be really sad, you know, when you're like 80, 90, you can't remember shit and your grandchildren around and the rest of them, and you're going, oh, the best sex I ever had was with a furry. Yeah. Wait. I have news for all of you. If you're smart like me, you'll take pictures in Second Life. How many of you take pictures in Second Life? Do you take any of yourselves or anybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put them in your first Life family album. It'll really scare the shit out of them in a couple generations. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Oh, wow. Now we understand. Forget the Ritalin. You need better drugs than that. That's your heritage. All right. So, So researchers scoured around for jokes and examined 1,000 jokes before whittling them down to a final 50 on which people voted. In second place was the legendary one-liner about a zoo with one dog being a Shih Tzu. And
That's actually funny.
other jokes that made the top 20 included a string of brilliant one-liners and digs at wives, husbands, blondes, and foreigners. A quarter century after his death, comedy hero Tommy Cooper made a strong showing in the list, which also includes gags by Peter Kelly, Lee Evans, and Canadian comic Stuart Francis. Okay? So here are some. 3 jokes walk into a box. All right, first, number 3. Dyslexic man walks into a bra. Number 2, I went to the zoo the other day and there was only one dog in it. It was a Shih Tzu. You heard that one, right? Number 1, a woman gets on a bus with her baby. I gave you that one too, all right? But here are some of the others. Number 50, I went to the doctor the other day and he said, go to Bournemouth. It's great for the flu. So I went and I got it. Bournemouth. What the hell? I can't even read this shit. What is that? Number 49, a seal walks into a club. Number 48. Went to the corner shop, bought 4 corners. 47. I met this gangster who pulls up the back of people's pants. It was Wedgie Cray. Wedgie Cray. I don't even know what that means. That must be a joke of a country.
Wedgie Day?
It's Canadian. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, is that right? Okay. 46. I'll tell you what I love doing more than anything else. Trying to pack myself in a small suitcase. I can hardly contain myself.
Ooh.
Number 45. We're going to have to get down to, let's go down to number 20 because these are not doing so well here. Number 20. I met a Dutch girl with inflatable shoes last week. Phoned her up to arrange a date, but unfortunately she popped her clogs. I rang up British Telecom. I said, I want to report a nuisance caller. He said, not you again. A therapist says, I have a preoccupation with vengeance. We'll see about that. Number 17 was when Susan's boyfriend proposed marriage to her, she said, I love the simple things in life, but I don't want one of them for a husband. I went to buy some camouflage trousers the other day, but I couldn't find any. In a tank, and one says to the other, how do you drive this thing? Yeah, you haven't been in Second Life long enough to try to drive some of the shit other people make. Do you remember that? When you came into Second Life and you ended up in a sandbox and you were trying to res a box and people were making these huge freaking things like houses and cars and trucks and planes. And you sat in one and it threw you out and it said, you are not the driver. You know?
Yeah.
I said, I said back to it, I don't want to be the driver. I just want you to find the driver so the driver can take me somewhere. I'm looking for a driver. Right? Woman has twins, gives them up for adoption. One of them goes to a family in Egypt and is named Amal. The other goes to a family in Spain. They name him Juan. Years later, Juan sends a picture of himself to his mum. Upon receiving the picture, she tells her husband that she wished she could also had a picture of Amal. Husband replies, but they're twins. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. All right. You didn't see that one coming, did you?
That hurt.
We have some comedians coming up tonight, thank God. Very shortly. We are blessed with 3 comedians, none of which showed up tonight, so we'll have 3 alternates.
Yeah.
And we have Mimi Singer singing tonight, okay? Yeah. So here's number 13. I saw this bloke chatting up a cheetah. I thought, he's trying to pull a fast one. These are not... My mother-in-law fell down a wishing well. I was amazed. I never knew they worked. Went to the doctor the other day. I said, have you got anything for wind? So he gave me a kite. This is the top 10, and then we're going to bring up a comedian that can make you guys laugh. Number 10. Man walks into a bar with a roll of tarmac under his arm and says, pint, please, and one for the road. Number 9. I'm on a whiskey diet. I lost 3 days already. Number 8. Another one was, Doc, I can't stop singing the green grass of home, he said. That sounds like Tom Jones syndrome. Is it common, I asked? It's not unusual, he replied. Number 7. 2 Ariels meet on a roof, fall in love, get married. The ceremony was rubbish, but the reception was brilliant. Police arrested 2 kids yesterday. One was drinking battery acid and the other was eating fireworks. They charged one and let the other one off. It's terrible. Number 5. I said to the gym instructor, can you teach me to do the splits? He replied, how flexible are you? I said, I can't make Tuesdays. A young blonde woman, we're in 4, we're getting close now. In 4, a young blonde woman is distraught because she fears her husband is having an affair. So she goes to a gun shop and buys a handgun. The next day she comes home to find her husband in bed with a beautiful redhead. She grabs the gun, holds it to her own head. The husband jumps out of bed begging and pleading with her not to shoot herself. Hysterically, the blonde responds to the husband, shut up, you're next. Okay, that's it. Those are number 3, 2, and 1 we did already. And let's now bring up right away our own and special Doc Grun.
Yeah, Doc.
Come on, Doc. Let's get some real funny stuff going up here, all right?
Ba-dum-ching.
All right.
Ba-dum-ching. All right. There you go.
These are my green pants. I don't know where the hell I got them from, but
Nice.
having had fun, I'm sure. Okay. I want to start off by saying everybody knows that I'm a gadget guy. Okay, well, I got a brand new gadget, all right? I broke down and bought a new phone, okay? I got the Samsung Galaxy S4. This thing is cool. That's the one where you can wave your hand over it, and it answers it, and you can scroll pages. And it does all kinds of interesting stuff. But I was reading the instructions, which I rarely do, but since I couldn't even turn the fucking thing on, I figured I have to read the instructions. You have to teach it certain kinds of hand motions. And it even tracks your eye movements. Really scary. If you're looking at a web page and you look down at the page at the bottom, it'll scroll down. At first, it's a little unsettling to get used to it. It's really kind of neat.
Well,
So the other night, I was doing some surfing on a porn site. I was researching for an article on social media, and it picked up my eyes looking at the breasts of this female performer and redirected me to jugs.com. That's pretty goddamn cool, okay? Now, when it did this, I opened my mouth in astonishment and it sent me to an oral sex website. So I started laughing and it sent me to a midget sex website. And then whenever I found it and flipped the bird at the screen, it dialed my wife's. I have no fucking idea what's going on here. But you gotta be careful around it. You know, I was picking my nose and it called my son. I don't know how it picks these things up. You know, I won't tell you what it did when I stood up and scratched my ass. But now someone named King Cock 472 is trying to friend me on Facebook. So folks, if you got that phone, be careful, okay? Now I was talking to my son about it because he's an avid iPhone user, and we're always trying to one up each other. I showed him where I can push a button and say "Find Walmart," and it turns on the GPS and it to the closest Walmart, and it says, "Here are directions to your Walmart." He said, "Yeah, you think that's cool? Watch this." He clicked the button on his iPhone for Siri, and he said, quote, "Where are the whores at?" The fucking thing replied, "Here is a list of escort services close to you." I cannot believe it. I swear to God, it is true. It's documented on YouTube, so it must be true. It's on YouTube, okay? So I took his phone and I said, "Where did my retirement money go?" It took me to a video of him throwing up in a trash bucket at a college frat party. So I guess it really does work, okay? Now, the place where I work, we're in the process right now of building a brand new multi-million-dollar building right next to the one we're living in, and I mean, we're a Highline car dealer, so it's going to be a palace, okay? But in all projects, no matter how well you plan, some things always come up you didn't think about. So they came in and they're demolishing the building, and you have to keep, in our area, you have to keep at least 3 walls standing to be considered existing construction, or it's going to be new construction. You got new laws, new zoning, new all that crap. So we're leaving 3 walls standing, and they bring in this big ditch digger backhoe thing. You know, I got video of it taking the thing down. It's knocking the walls over. It's real exciting, but it creates a lot of dust, and the dust drifts over into the car lot. Well, last week they were tearing down the main wall, and a huge cloud of cement block dust started wafting over to the new car lot, right? When all of a sudden we had a spurt of a rainstorm for about 2 minutes. No big deal, right? The next morning, the car cleaners came to me with a baffled look on their face. It seems the dust had settled on the cars, then the rain wet it all down, and now the 2 front lines of new cars have the finest coating of concrete on them you have ever seen in your life, okay?
Oh, no.
Take that, stone chips and acid rain. Who needs Simon Eyes? We got cement eyes. We're going to rename our store to Bedrock Motors. Come on down, see our rock bottom deals. Our car is as solid as a rock. Literally. Our prices are so low, you'll think you're stoned. So they have to file an insurance claim for that. And that was kind of ironic. Now let's go and do a little bit of stuff in the news, okay? And this is all true stuff. This is from Moscow. An American rock band called Bloodhound Gang is in trouble with Russian authorities over a stunt which saw one of its band members stuff the Russian flag into his pants and pull it out from his backside. The band member told the audience, "Don't tell Putin," before whipping the flag between his legs beneath his trousers during a concert in the Ukraine. He then tossed the flag out into the crowd. The stunt, which was caught on video, was posted on YouTube and has gone viral in Russia and the Ukraine. Russia's state-run RIA news agency blamed guitar bass player Jared Hasselhoff as the band member responsible. Now, the band faces repercussions in Russia, where it's been barred from performing at the Kubana Music Festival, where he talked to Krasnodar territory leadership, Bloodhound Gang packing suitcases. These idiots won't perform in Kubana. So that's what you get whenever you stick a flag down your pants. Now, in a related issue, CIA Director John Brennan is trying to use the methods to pull Edward Snowden out of his ass, but so far he's having no luck doing that, okay? I just got a brand new TV along with my other gadgets, and this is also a true story. Today's high-end televisions they're almost always equipped with what they call smart PC features, including internet connectivity, apps, microphones, and cameras. But a recently discovered security hole in some Samsung smart TVs shows that many of those bells and whistles aren't ready for prime time. The flaws in Samsung smart TVs, which have now been patched, enabled hackers to remotely turn on the TV's built-in cameras without leaving any trace of it on the screen. So while you're watching TV, someone around the world is watching you. hackers could also have easily rerouted an unsuspecting user to a malicious website to steal bank account information. Samsung, of course, quickly fixed the problem and sent a software update to all affected TVs. Now, in a related story, I've now begun wearing clothing when I'm alone at my apartment watching TV. Damn it. Okay. How do they really feel? A new study by Japanese animal behaviorists finds that dogs show their emotions through specific, if subtle, facial expressions using their ears and eyebrows. In their experiment, which somebody actually paid for, researchers showed a dog a series of things including their owner, a stranger, a toy, and something they didn't like. High-speed cameras captured the reaction on the dogs' faces. They found the dogs had a different expression for each object. For example, they raised their eyebrows when seeing a person, but raised them higher when seeing their owner. The researchers think facial movements reflect activity in the parts of the brain that control emotion. There's a fucking revelation, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I can attest to that, though, because my dog was sniffing around my new phone. Now I have 500 pounds of kibbles and bits that was delivered by the local PetSmart. And last night, 4 Cocker Spaniels in heat showed up at my door asking if Wilbur can come out and play. Okay. Now, from the late night shows, here is the lightning round. At a concert this week, Justin Bieber rubbed a fan's smartphone on his crotch. In a related story, Justin Bieber is now in 3rd place in the New York City mayoral race. Today, Illinois became the 20th state to legalize marijuana. The state also changed its name to Chillinois. What's the national language of the United States? Why, that would be 3rd grade English, of course. Edward Snowden, the guy who leaked all the information about the NSA, finally got to leave the Moscow airport after being held there for 5 weeks. When asked what he wanted to eat, he said, anything but Cinnabon. The latest scandal for Wiener is that his communications director called a former intern a, quote, slut bag. But Wiener says he won't fire the communications director and vows to stand behind her. And she was like, well, no, how about we just stand side by side? Is that okay? Mayor Bloomberg wanted to outlaw giant sugary drinks. He wanted to try to force a ban on sugary sodas, and they overturned it. That's fine. What about a ban on texting while you're running for mayor? Why can't we get a ban on that? What do you think? Now, President Obama is going to appear on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. That is going to be awesome. The most powerful man in the country is going to interview President Obama. That's pretty. Now, in a new interview, Republican Senator John McCain implied that he might vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016. McCain's getting old. He also said he'd consider voting for oatmeal, so I wouldn't hold that too much. Now, more problems for America's creepiest mayor, San Diego's Bob Filner. Have you heard about this guy? An 8th woman has now come forward to say that she was sexually harassed by him. Said she would have come forward sooner, but the line was too long. Filner now wants the city of San Diego to pay for his sexual harassment lawsuit. He says it's only fair because he harassed women only on government time, never on his own. Makes perfect sense to me. And it seems an audio tape that Monica Lewinsky recorded for Bill Clinton at the height of their affair back in the 90s has now been leaked to the National Enquirer. With all these scandals involving Anthony Weiner and Mayor Bob Filner, it's nice to see an old pro come out of retirement and show these guys how it's done. What do you think? Well, folks, that's all I got for today. Oh, sorry.
Bravo.
I gotta go, folks. I just scratched my crotch at Dow Lauren, so I gotta go. See ya.
All right, there you go. Thank you. That was well done. That was great.
Good job.
Force your children to show a decline in obesity rate. Yeah, there's no fucking food. They're not eating. Come on. How difficult is that? I mean, God, you gotta love it, you know? Yeah, right. Yep. So anyhow, everybody having a good time? Let's look around the room. Hi, hello, Molina. How are you? And Dr. Fran is here. A lot of us are wearing green. And we don't know why, but Haley does.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Hello. Gio is filming this, so for those of you who still have parents alive, this may kill them, okay? You're waiting to inherit. This is a good place to come. Okay, hello, Love Mastermind. Nice to see you here. Subliminal, how are you? Good to see you too. What a great group. Magic is here. We're having a good time, and we got Mimi Singer singing in what is it? About less than a half hour. We got a couple more comedians coming up. But before they come up, let me try to bore you for a couple minutes, okay? Hello. Because I'll use up this time. Yeah. So how many of you now with Second Life, they just auto update? You try to log on and it says, excuse me, we have to update. They update your file, yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, they're downloading your bank information just in case you don't know what's going on, right? Has any of you ever tried to match your skin color to some item you bought? You know, and it has that whole thing, and it has like the RGB, and you put the thing over your leg and it says 123 150 122, and then you put that in there and it doesn't look anything like the color of your skin. You go back to your skin, you press the same spot, it says 86 51 93. You do that in there, you go back to the what the hell is that? Why can't it just be one color? I mean, God almighty, it's unbelievable. I've done it. I don't know how many of you guys have done it, right? Yeah. Yeah, match this to your skin color, right? Yep. Yeah, here's something they're still selling in Second Life. Yep. Nico twin babies. Yeah. Yeah. They come with interchangeable animated ears and tails and little Nico sounds. You can just move them around, right? Yeah. Can you imagine that? You all went to college and look what the hell we're doing, right?
Won't our parents be proud?
Yeah, wouldn't they? Exactly. God, it's good thing Second Life didn't exist because Christopher Columbus would have never come to America. Right? Yeah. So anyhow, we're all having fun. I want to bring up, is Roger in the house here? I promised Roger a moment up here. We're limiting his total time tonight to...
Me again.
Yeah, the total time, Roger. So get up here because Catboy has a lot to say, and I'd let you go last, but we do have somebody coming up. You know.
I'm gonna set my iPhone this time because, sort of like Lauren was saying, "God damn it, Roger, you took nearly too long. Get your ass off the stage." I said, "I'm sorry." So
set your iPhone to Samsung time.
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be. Whoops, nearly bumped into Lauren. Hello. It's great to be back here again, performing for all you lovely people. I want to start off by talking about a movie I watched last night. You've probably all seen it, but it's called Die Hard with the muscly Bruce Willis. I don't understand it. I mean, firstly, why is he going to that building anyway? He goes up there, sort of like to the main desk. He says, "Hey man, I'm here to see my ex-wife." Who the fuck would do that? Who would go and see their ex-wife? And they said to him, sort of like, put in her name. "Oh yeah, it's Harley McQueen." Oh shit, she's changed her name. That's all the signs right there. She changed her name. Why the fuck are you here? You know, just get on the plane, go back to New York. And anyway, he gets up there, and she's surprised to see him. That's another sign. You're just surprised to see him. Why the fuck are you there? And he sort of like, you know, has a big argument, something about Pomona and stuff like that. He says, "Well, it's nice to see you, John. Stay in here and brush yourself off." He's banging his head against the wall, saying, "What the fuck am I here?" Anyway, the terrorists come in, and there's a scene in the film where he sends down a corpse, and he says, "I've got a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." But guess where he is? In a fucking vent. He's got a machine gun. He can end this movie in 5 minutes flat. And he's in a vent saying, "Yeah, come down to the course. You're in a fucking vent with a machine gun. Just go down, end the movie." So anyway, he gets to the end. And he's walked across glass for this woman, still being his act, to say, "Fuck off." When the terrorists come in and say, "Where do you think you're going? You're going to go and sit with the terrorists." So, "I ain't sitting next to my wife, mate. No, you fucking go in there. You shoot them all. I'm out." Anyway, he gets to the end and he says, "John McClane, where have you been?" "In a fucking vent. That's where I've been." "We're walking across glass for her. Why don't you just shoot her?" Anyway, sort of like, you know, another fantastic thing I love is video games, you know? But I don't understand Mario. I don't understand it. An Italian plumber? I mean, you see those plant things go wah, 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 wah. If you saw that in your toilet, you'd shit yourself. You go, oh, what did I eat? Oh my God! I need a plumber. Hello, it is me, Mario. I hear the plumber. Oh, I'm not Italian plumber. Oh, they're useless. I jump on your toilet, but you won't come round with fucking creepers there, will you? Oh no, another monster! Wah, 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 wah. Oh no, you're my nemesis. I not come. What do you mean you don't come? It's a fucking page. I not come. Wah, 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 wah. It's Cooper. You're my nemesis. Bye bye now. And sort of like, you know, another thing I want to move on to say is opera and art. I mean, who pays to see that? Oh my God. You go to pay and see something in English, you go along to it, you take your seat, and it's 2 hours of Mr. Mr. Brushy. What's this shit? What's he saying? Can't hear a word of it. And it's, oh yeah, here's the fat lady. And they do that for about 2 hours. You think, what's going on? And so it's just always depressing because sort of like, you know, oh, your son is late. He should be going to college and all that stuff. And you think, oh God, I can't be arsed with this. I can't believe I paid for it, you know. And it's ballet as well. They don't say anything. They just prance around. And people say, now that's art. Well, it isn't. It's gay. Look at him, he's wearing a tutu. Who would be wearing a tutu and prancing around? What's this supposed to be? Swan Lake. He should be there flinging bread out in a kind of dancing manner. And the woman should be around going, wah, 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 wah. That's Swan Lake. But moving sort of like finally on, sort of like, you know, I've had a lot of thought about fairy tales and Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. And I thought sort of like, you know, what was it? I've lost my train of thought. I thought sort of like, it should start off like this. A nice little soundtrack. And so the young warriors walked through the town. Oh, this is a shithole. Oh no, darling, you picked it. Oh, don't start with me. We packed everything. Yes, I've packed the shield of invincibility. I've packed the elixir of life. I've packed the hair gel. Oh, yeah, all your stuff. Oh, don't start with me. Oh, don't mess with me, pal. I'm a mage with a twig. And so the young warriors climb the mountain. So, you got any magic spell? No, because you didn't send me to fucking mages school. Oh, yeah, my fault. Didn't send you to mages school. You buy everything for yourself, a new car, new everything, but when it comes to some education for me, oh. Alright, piss off, you can just hit things with it. Anyway, they go into a magical cave where a monster comes up, and it's French. Blah, 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 I am fire monster. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a fantastic audience. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow, that was great. Yeah, way to go. That was great. Bravo. Yeah. So, so anyhow, I got to tell you something. Yeah, how many of you saw this this week? Apparently, they made I don't know what the hell they did, but they had a $300,000 burger, right? That they made from a test tube burger, right? Yeah, yeah. So I thought to myself, it's nice to know that I'm old enough that I'll never have to eat a grown-in-the-lab hamburger. I mean, the thing is made out of fetal bovine serum. What are they going to call it? You want an FBS burger? Yeah, sure, right. I mean, it doesn't make me salivate. And, you know, if I'd been one of those tasters, I would have upchucked right on the table. I just know it. That's what I would have done. I mean, this is, how close is this? This is like a step away from Charlton Heston's Soil and Green meal, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I can't wait until they come up with, well, this was made in the Love Canal. Yeah, they'll be a little older to get that one, right? I mean, come on. Isn't that unbelievable? They're talking about they're going to run out of meat in 20 to 30 years, and this is going to be your new way of getting, like, a burger or whatever, and you probably like it.
Well, they said
because remember,
it's going to be... Sorry.
First time they convinced all of us, oh, you're going to love it. It's called Tofu. Why did we even want it? I mean, please, God, it was horrid.
Oh, God,
Have a
tofu.
tofu burger. Right, okay. No, that's for the poor countries. We're not eating that shit, all right? Thank you so much, but not for us, all right? Chocolate-covered ants. Can we sell you some of those? You'll love them. They're chocolate-covered, right. Yeah, tell you what, we'll cover our dog poop with chocolate, send it back to you. You can enjoy that, okay? So, you got to wonder about it. So here's the virtual world. Oh, this is great. After summer break, our school computer system received some upgrades, including changing from a 14 to 17-inch monitor. However, the system still had some bugs, and one morning my colleague was using the computer when the principal walked by and asked how he liked the new monitor. It's great, he replied. The error messages are so much clearer.
I think Catboy built that one.
My husband worked, right. My husband worked for a software company, and one of his colleagues often met with customers to discuss hardware requirements and the additional megs of RAM needed for upgrading to the latest software. Once, an obvious neophyte took copious notes, and at the end of the presentation raised his hands and asked, "How many legs of lamb did you say we'll need?" Anne and her husband would purchase NetNanny, a software that filters unsuitable internet material so it's unavailable to children. However, Anne was surprised to discover one day that her own email was shut down. Her sister had sent her information on strip quilting.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, our daughter offered us a computer she no longer needed, but she cautioned it's old and slow and it doesn't have much memory. My husband and I looked at each other and said, just like us. All right, next up here, and then after, well, I'm going to get you up in a second, but we have, on the hour, Mimi. Mimi's still here somewhere in the house, right? She's hiding out, ready to go in about 20-some-odd minutes, right? And look, hi, Ontaris. How are you? Nice to see you here. For those of you that are new, this is the best comedy that Second Life has to offer, so don't go looking around. This is it. This is the best it is. So, I mean, if you don't like it, you won't find any better, okay? Don't waste your time. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, shortly, this month, at the end of the month or the beginning of September, depends on how you want to call it, this show goes into its 7th season.
All right.
Yeah. Outlasting many things that have been on TV, like Bionic Man and stuff like that. All right, come on up, Catboy.
All right.
7th season coming up.
Wow.
I was a young blonde when I came into Second Life. Now look at me. I got it.
Look at me, I'm all green.
With envy.
Roger 990 was saying something a while ago. He doesn't understand video games. I'll tell you what I don't understand is Donkey Kong. Why is it called Donkey Kong if Kong is a giant monkey?
Oh,
Anyone think about
there
that?
you go. Is that right?
Yeah. But anyway, I had to put together a computer. I bought a computer. It's in 1,000 pieces all over the place. It's got a water pump that I have to install in it. How many computers have a water pump? I'll tell you, that's the last time I buy a computer from IKEA. But I'm kidding. Anyway, stuff in the news. What's going on in the news? In Hawaii, a man named Mark Minobe was electrically shocked while he was doing the dishes in his kitchen. Because it was a giant, he was electrically shocked. The reason why was there was a lightning strike nearby, and it went through the plumbing. And he had his hands in the water, and he got shot. And scientists said this is not an uncommon occurrence. Lightning strikes can send powerful electric jokes through the plumbing at any time. Jeez, imagine if he was using a bidet at the time. Oh, my God. But apparently it's a bad idea to be hanging on a phone that's not cordless or doing dishes in a lightning storm. And after that, Mark Minobe's wife said, great, another reason to fuck off from doing the housework, because it's always raining in the mountains of Haiku, Hawaii. Haiku, Hawaii. I wonder if I can make this story into a haiku. Don't want to do chores, need stupid excuse to bail, Shark Week is on now. Shark Week! It's Shark Week,
It is
everybody!
Shark Week. Yeah. Yay!
Bravo.
Love Shark Week.
Yeah! Fuck yeah! Try to live every week like it's Shark Week. So let's run around in a panic over attacks that never could possibly happen to us or involve us individually. In response to this spirit, the United States government decided to pick this week to bring back terror attack warnings. Okay, did you hear about the lady who had the FBI knocking on her door because she Googled backpacks and pressure cookers?
No,
Hear
no.
about that one? Yes, this actually did happen. The FBI kicked down her door. Apparently, she's a retail salesperson, so she's Googling pretty much everything. Those two things came up. And, hey, and something similar happened to me, actually. Recently, I twittered that I accidentally put my debit card through the washing machine. Now I got the feds in my ass about laundering money. Okay. Groner. Let's see. Speaking of groaners, granny panties are making a comeback. Have you seen people like some popular female rock stars are wearing these granny panties on stage? Is what they look like. It's they're worn by performers like Miley Cyrus and Rihanna. In an unrelated topic, researchers claim that recreational drug use can lead to incontinence and leaky bladder problems.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, did anyone hear this story? A man named Lorenzo Riggins from Atlanta, Georgia, he dialed 911 when McDonald's got his order takeout wrong. Yes, now,
Yeah, I
this
did
is
hear
not
that.
this is not an isolated incident. There's a whole mess of people who have been dialing 911 just because they go through takeout and
Wong,
McDonald's
wong.
and the order gets screwed up. Yeah. So apparently this has been going on so commonly that from now on McDonald's is going to ask people to take out, do you want fries? And do you have your own defense lawyer or do you need one appointed to you?
Chinese restaurant, you dial 911. Oh, I dialed 911. I get wrong answer.
Oh my. All right.
But you got it in 10 minutes.
Oh, no 10 minutes. All right. Now,
I
William
feel like being mugged
Shatner.
again. Yes.
William Shatner is going to the Stratford Festival this summer. He will be receiving a special honor for his theatrical contributions on stage. A lot of people don't know this, but William Shatner was born and raised in Montreal, spent the early part of his life and career in theatrical productions of Shakespeare. William Shatner will be honored with a bust of William Shakespeare, who will be wearing a copy of William Shatner's toupee. That would be awesome. I want to see that. That'd be great. Okay, did anyone see that the BBC actually interrupted its broadcast last Sunday to announce the new actor who will be playing Doctor Who?
Yes,
Anyone
I
see this?
noticed that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, after 4 seasons, Matt Smith is stepping down from the role as Doctor. He's going to be replaced by, the man from The Hour, Peter Capaldi. You know that guy who's famous for all that swearing? He's going to be playing the Doctor. I guess the Daleks are going to really get it now. For those of you- They're in for it now! He's angry! Man, but for those of you familiar with the series, bad news, he's still not ginger. Oh no. And he's no longer young idol for teenage girls to masturbate
No,
to
he's not
anymore.
young. He's old.
Yeah. Oh, did you see there's a video on YouTube of a bunch of girls watching for the next Doctor Who to come on. They see it's an old guy and they're all going, "Oh, he's gross!" Ah! You have to watch it. It's hilarious. I love it. Okay. Lauren was talking about the burger. That was on a while ago, right? There was this
Yeah.
happened in England, right? They call it a
Where
test
else?
tube in England because that's where they did the cloning of the sheep and whatnot.
In France,
Actually,
it would have
that
been the
was-
Royal.
Timmery.
The Royal.
The Royale. Get a load how much this costs. To make a test tube burger costs $330,000. Now, $330,000.50 if you want that with cheese. Now, if you go for the test tube bacon, they'll make it come out with an even $500,000 in one of those little, meal happy things or whatever. Oh God, I see that. But
Get a Happy Meal with it. Get a toy, an in vitro study program.
Anyway, the people who tested it, they said that it tasted a little dry. Well, the creator said it's because it's made from the meat that came from the first test tube baby over 35 years ago. So what do you expect?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Speaking of bad taste, 18-year-old. Speaking of bad.
Wait, go ahead.
18-year-old beauty pageant winner Kendra Gill in Salt Lake City was arrested last weekend with a group of people who were tossing homemade bombs at people's homes.
Classy.
What the hell's up with that? Arresting officer commented he was always suspicious of Kendra when her talent show had her juggling a flaming baton, tossing IEDs at the judge's table. Boom. Oh, someone was
Say
mentioning
IUDs
Jeff-
or IEDs?
IUD, yeah,
IUD.
IUD.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
I would
just
duck
have
from
to
either.
find it.
Ah.
Both of them will send men running for cover in terror.
Oh, God.
Okay. Just to show off what billionaires have money to waste, Lauren was talking about, is his first name Jeff Bezos, the man who owns
Bezos.
Amazon?
He's
Bezos
BJ
is-
backwards. JB.
Yes. JB. JB purchased the Washington Post. And the reason, somebody asked him, and he said, "Why did you buy the Washington Post?" He said, "He wanted to make a small fortune, so he started with a large fortune and bought a newspaper." Yeah.
Before.
Actually, from what I heard, he actually said that he accidentally clicked on it.
He waved his hand over the screen and bought the place.
He didn't notice that he had bought it until he saw his American Express bill said $250,000,000. And he called the Washington Post and asked if he could get a refund. No. He said, "But I didn't want it in my cart."
Oh, that's a much better punchline than the one I had. Well, that's all I have for tonight, everybody. So good.
Bravo! Bravo! Way to go!
Good
Yeah.
job, Catboy.
Yeah. That's great on Jeff Bezos, isn't it? So, if it's there and you can see it, it's real. If it's not there and you can see it, it's virtual. If
Right.
it's there and you can't see it, it's transparent. If it's not there and you can't see it, you've deleted it. Anyhow, that's not that good, is it? Oh, here's some great celebrity jokes of the year, just so you know. Nothing beats a beautiful woman who can sing except Chris Brown. I hear Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends are collaborating on a new single called Maybe You're the Problem. As Grammy Awards Beyonce said to Justin Bieber, "What song would you sing of mine, Justin?" And Justin said, "If I Were a Boy." Hey, by the way, we're just about 10 minutes away from a fabulous singer, Mimi Singer, who's coming up to perform here in just a couple of moments. Yeah. Any of you ever unfollow somebody on Twitter? Anybody ever do that? Just unfollow someone? Yeah. I unfollowed Warren Buffett and Barack Obama. I just want to let them know that I have a vote. Anyhow, so let's see what else. Here's something. This was great in Second Life. I came across this. All right, a friend and I, not I, but somebody else. They wrote this. We're looking at Mainland for sale, and there was a Linden paved road, and beside it a bus stop on a pavement. And we were sitting in the bus stop shelter when a large limo sped up the road and stopped. Out popped a tiny moose avatar standing on his rear legs and wearing a nice suit. Inside the limo was a normal-sized bear who wore a top hat. The moose asked us if we wanted to go for a ride to a club for a date. He wasn't asking for himself, really, he explained. It was just that his friend the bear was too shy to ask us. Now, imagine telling that to some of your first life friends, saying this was the story of what I did last night.
See, a bear was shy. He
Yeah.
wanted to go on a date.
Yeah, but I had a friend. Well, actually, several of us know this person, but she actually allowed herself to be collared in Second Life because this way, with the lag, she didn't have to worry about getting around. The guy who collared her had to pull her all through the Sims. Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
Another one. My friend and I were in an apartment in Second Life having quite a conversation, but I didn't realize that we were chatting in local and nearby seeing it. Next thing we know, some other Avies walked in the apartment. We were on the couch laying down, so I'm telling him, stay down. Maybe she can't see us. Right, in a local chat. Anybody ever type something like to somebody, you go, you know, I'm sorry, that wasn't really for you. You know, that's a great. You can somebody you don't like, you can just send them like a little IM. Go fuck yourself. Then you can type. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong window.
Where did she get that fucking hair? Oh, hi, Doris. No, that wasn't for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, we're almost out of jokes. Isn't that funny? So we go back to what the funny stuff that we started at the beginning, right? Yeah, you remember that, right? So anyhow, I'll tell you something. Second Life is fabulous, don't you think? We're all still here. We're all having a good time. We know what we're doing on Tuesdays. Other people in First Life are going out, you know, and they're going to Match.com to meet people. Can you imagine? At least here, we really look like this, all right? There's no false advertising in Second Life. What you see is what you get.
Being popular is overrated.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to somebody that went out on a date in First Life to Match.com. In the dating thing, the guy said he was 6'2", and he was 38, and he was athletic. Okay, So apparently, she said that she was 5'5", she was 36, and she was moderate. Okay. Apparently, they were sitting at the bar at the Ritz-Carlton, two of them at different seats, neither talking to each other. Somebody said to them, you know, asked one, what are you here for? I'm waiting for so-and-so. And then asked the other one, I'm waiting for so-and-so. And they turned around and looked at each other. And guess what? He wasn't 6'4", and she wasn't 38. Yeah. Truth in packaging. Wow, what a story that is when you think about
I
it.
have met some of my best friends on those sites. Get out. Nobody really
What?
knows, do they?
Yeah. Anybody, you know, I'll bet you people have gotten married from Match.com, you know, and that's got to be an easy divorce. You just go to the judge and say, well, I met him on Match.com.
Here we go.
What was I thinking?
Well, you go to divorce.com.
It was a crazy day.
You go to breakup.com.
Breakup.com.
There you go, divorce.com. Fuck
Yeah, that's it.
you.com. You liar.com.
Divorce that. Oh, yes, there you go, Sloan. Absolutely.
I like the separated guys. You have to really drill into that, I've learned. Separated sometimes is just when their wife is in the bathroom.
Temporarily not sleeping with my wife anymore.
Right. My wife won't sleep with me, therefore I'm separated.
Exactly. Yeah, let me tell you, if his wife isn't sleeping with him, girls, there's probably a good reason, you know.
I agree. Cheers.
Seriously. Yeah, that
Good
should be.
time.
Oh, my wife doesn't understand me. Guess what? I'm not going to understand you either. You girls know this shit. You know, only takes one of us to tell the rest of us. You're a loser.
Well, I'm separated from my wife. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, what? She's
There
like,
you go.
what, 60, 70 miles away? That's separated, right?
Oh, that's separated. Yeah.
That's actually 69 miles away, by the way, Doc.
69, yeah.
Your GPS wasn't working. Anybody ever do this, you know, print out like a map or even use like iMaps or whatever and end up going to the wrong place altogether? You get down some road,
Oh,
you know, and you,
Absolutely. I mean, I should have
Unbelievable,
taken that
isn't it?
video. What a great
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you got to Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Minnesota.
I'm going to get off the stage so that so that Mimi can set up here. Hold on, I'm going to get off the stage, and then we get her set up, okay? And then J Wheels, you're going to tell us when she's.
Yes, ma'am, I will. Yes,
Where
I
am I
will.
walking to? I don't even know where I'm going. Man, the drugs are not kicking in here very well. All right, there we go. Get off here.
Come over here where the good drugs are.
Yeah, this is great. I love you guys. I have so much fun on Tuesdays. I hope you guys too. I have a good time. You know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a great time. And I like wandering around. I've wandered around to some of the new mesh. How many have been buying mesh, you know? My entire inventory is now just a Yeah, my inventory is a total mesh. I mean, I'm telling you. You know, I put an ad on Craigslist for somebody who can come in and clean my Second Life inventory, you know? Went down to the dry cleaners. I brought my computer. I said, is there anything you can do with this dress? Look at this. It's got a spot. I bet you we could open a dry cleaning store in Second Life. Wouldn't that be great?